What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Whew! I am super excited for today's camp. I drove 3 hours north today to get into some real snow. I'm up here in Michigan. It is already a super big winter wonderland. There's snow covering everything. It's evergreen trees all around me. I've been navigating these forest roads for a bit. I'm trying to make my way back. I've got a couple of spots kind of picked out, but I don't know if I'm even going to be able to get to them, to be honest with you. This is a bit of an exploratory mission. I wanted to see what my car could handle and give it one try without biting off more than I could chew. This is some rugged terrain, and it's not maintained. There's snowmobiles back here. There's ATVs back here. I've got a snow shovel with me. I've got a hand winch and some tow straps. I've got some recovery boards, I think they're called. So I didn't come up here unprepared, but I am in my Subaru Outback, and we're gonna see what we can make out of today. We're gonna explore these roads a little bit, and we're gonna see if we can get ourselves a nice cozy camp back here in this winter wonderland. Woo! I'm super excited for this. Let's not waste any time, boys and girls. Let's get into it. If I continue down where it seems to be the safe way to go, I'm gonna end up at some kind of a river or a lake. And as far as I can tell, it doesn't look like there's any private property or anything around it. We're gonna go ahead and head on down the rest of this road and see if we can get there. Unfortunately for Sam, he did not get there. There was no practical way to get to that specific lake, and thus we find ourselves back on a main road. All right, now I'm back on like a main road. So, yeah, we're gonna find something. We're gonna find something. We'll see what we can get ourselves into here. So here we are back on another forest road here. Obviously, like some regrowth areas to my left. And we've got kind of taller trees over there. Now this here, I saw a nice open area. I thought I could pull in there, but that does appear to be more of a traditional trail, so I'm not gonna be pulling in there. That's not where we're gonna pull over at. So that probably is a snowmobile trail or a foot trail. So we're gonna keep looking. We'll find something. So any type of clearing like we've got right here is it's some pretty deep snow. As far as everything that I've read on the Forest Service sites, I am allowed to pull the car in and just camp right here. This is dispersed camping. I'm in a state forest. However, this is a little dicey. Yep, so I did prepare myself just in case I got stuck for all the possible inevitabilities of trying to get myself out of there alone. But that feels pretty dicey. I don't think I'm going to be doing that. Well, despite his best efforts, Sam couldn't find a suitable camping spot on one of these forest roads. He went this way and that, hoping a great spot would be just around the next bend. As the light started to wane, Sam decided to head to an established campground he figured would be uninhabited. He was right. All right, I just walked back over here to film it. Let's see if I can even get the car back into the spot. Whew, okay, well, that is a no-go. This is some deep snow. This is basically like some snowshoeing type of situation here. So, just like I was gonna have to do on that side of that forest road, I'm gonna have to, with my tiny little snow shovel. It's gonna be dark by the time I get this done, but unless I want to sleep in the middle of the road over there, I need to shovel this all out. So that's what we're going to be doing. Okay, so not too terribly bad. Once I got kind of all of this kind of shoveled out, then I was able to get up there pretty good. I'll probably still take a little crack at clearing out a path, but I know exactly kind of more where that path needs to be, because that's a lot of work. Okay, well, I was just walking over to the side of the camp there to investigate what I thought was a nice piece of firewood, and just make sure that would be a big boon if it was right by my camp there. And then I realized that, yeah, headlamp died. I really threw this camp together today. I wasn't planning on going today, and I decided to move it up kind of last minute. So I grabbed everything and just kind of threw it in the car. And this is my Elite 30 V2, which they're nice enough to sponsor the video. So I've got this. I have been charging the drone off and on because the drone wasn't charged. I charged the camera light that's being used right now. I'm gonna have to get my headlamp charged. Whoa! So there you can see it is dead. I didn't realize that. So I'm getting the headlamp charged. I always bring this little guy as a backup. I've got a couple of them, so they're really nice and handy to have. Ball cap on. Bada bing. Beanie over top of that. There we go. I'm going to process firewood on this table, so I'm just going to use my handy dandy snow shovel here. And get this thing cleaned off. Goodness sakes. I think they get a lot of snow up here. Whoa. This is a nice dead standing, I believe this is pine. It's right by camp. You know it's dead because all the twigs just kind of break off like that, and it doesn't have any needles on it. Everything else that's back here that's alive has needles on it, and pine will keep that stuff throughout the year. So when it snaps like that, that's how you know it's dead. So that does need to come down at some point, so we're going to go ahead and take it down. Bada bing. All right, so I am in bear territory. So I've got the bear spray with me, and that is going to go on the belt loop. Now, of course, it's winter, bears hibernate. Chances of running into a bear are slim. They're also black bear, which are generally not super dangerous, but I do not want to be careless about it. Doesn't take a lot to throw that on the belt. And then I have an alternative in case the bear does not want to let me leave if I come across it. So most likely we are not going to see one, but it is better safe than sorry. All right, so it is pitch black. I realize you can see me, but out there is just like outer space, basically. That's what happens when you are way out in the middle of nowhere. Just for comfort's sake, I would like to have a fire. We are going to take a look around and see if we can find some more firewood as well. But for now, I'm gonna get this fire pit all situated. So I prefer not to cook on that. If it really comes down to it, I can cook on it. It does kind of give your food not the greatest taste, but I've done it before. It wasn't that big of a deal. All right, fire's going pretty good. Okay, so this is my little grill. That thing is absolutely filthy, and maybe we'll get that cleaned up before we put it away. But anyway, this is an old model. I don't think you can even buy this one anymore. There's a newer version that the legs are slightly different. Let's see. Whoops, okay. All right, you'll see how it goes together here. There's that. All right, and then this thing just drops inside. Bada bing. That little handle's like this. Bada bing and a bada boom. And then this grill plate will go over top like that. So I've never been able to get it to quite fit in there. If you put it like this, it still kind of slides around like that, which isn't the end of the world, but it doesn't fit this way. Bada bing. I mean, it just, I think maybe that's why it fits the best and kind of most secure this way. So even though it looks like it's upside down, we'll probably use it this way. Okay, I'm not 100% sure what this tree is, but it's not pine. You can tell the leaves are not pine. This is a deciduous tree of some type. If you know, there's the leaves. Let me know in the comments. But hanging in the tree is a nice small piece of firewood. So that'll be good, and that'll get us started for our grill. That might be enough. We'll see. Can I reach it? That's good. It's a little punky. Yeah, but that's not pine. Okay, I don't think this is gonna be quite enough to cook dinner over. I think I'm gonna need about double that. So I'm gonna see if I can find any more when I go scounging around. All right, so I'm just in the car here, having a little bit of a warm up. Once I get all my food cooked, then I'm gonna go ahead and get the car set up for camping. I will be sleeping in the car tonight. But first things first, I wanna talk to you about Bluetti, who has been a very long-term supporter of the channel. Right now, I'm using the Elite 30 V2. This camp came together on very short notice. I was planning to head out tomorrow for this camp, but scheduling just kind of forced me out the door a little bit sooner. So I threw everything into the car, and I have been charging equipment all the way up here. This very small handheld power unit has been charging my mini fridge. Even though it's winter and it's cold and it's freezing outside, it's not freezing in the car, so we got to keep that food cold. I'm also using it to charge my camera light. I'm using it to charge my headlamp that was dead. Charged the drone a couple of times because those batteries weren't charged. Also, I can plug it directly into the cigarette lighter, so that way it's being recharged while it's charging all of my devices. So this thing weighs in at 4.3 kilograms, which is about 9.5 pounds, which just makes it extremely easy to pick up and carry in your hand wherever you need to take it to. A 288 watt-hour capacity means it can charge quite a bit of your devices without running out of juice. It can charge your phone about 16 times. It can keep a 120 watt car fridge going for about 2 hours. If you felt so inclined, you could even charge a 200 watt projector for about 1.2 hours. It has quite a bit of output as well. We can do 390 watt DC output as a max. It comes with 2 USB-C 100 watt ports, 140 watt PD 3.1 protocol, a USB-A 2x15 watt 30 watt max, a cigarette lighter port, and a DC 5521 12 volt or 8 amp port. By using the Bluetti app, you can set your charging speeds and power limits, schedule low battery alerts, enable memory load, so your unit will remember your preferred settings after a blackout, plus real-time monitoring and remote on and off via Wi-Fi or Bluetooth means you can manage everything from everywhere. All in all, the Elite 30 V2 is small enough to take with you almost anywhere, and it packs a ton of juice, which should be plenty to fulfill all of your charging needs. If you want to learn more about the Elite 30 V2 from Bluetti, you can click the link in my description or pinned comment to learn more. And don't forget to tell them Sam Banana sent you. Thanks once again to Bluetti for sponsoring the video. All right, everybody, let's get back into the action. So like the snow is so deep that I am just walking in the tire tread from when I drove here, because I'd be well over my ankles walking into it otherwise. This is just like a dumpster here for the campers. Throw away some garbage. This is a great dead standing right here. Oh yeah, check this out. Yeah, don't even have to saw it. It's just dead. Dead as a doornail. Bada bing. Okay, and that's a bit punky too, but I think that'll serve our purposes. Yeah, and that's not pine. So, yeah, I think we're done with firewood for the night. Goodness sakes. I've got the pad blower upper dealy, but I also always carry this fire bellows. So I figured why not go ahead and use it tonight. So this here is my chicken breast that I'm gonna cook tonight. It's still pretty frozen. Starting to get there. Yeah, it's pretty frozen right there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna toss it up there. We're gonna turn on the defrost. We're gonna watch that puppy work, baby. I'm gonna have to cut that open probably if it doesn't want to cook super evenly. So while I do have a mini fridge and it is working, I decided why not use nature's refrigerator. Let's go ahead and take one of these bad boys and put that back right there. Yeah, it always just takes like forever to cook on this thing, but I'm not gonna complain about it because hey, we're camping, baby. Because around here, it's Buckeye beer, baby. Yeehaw! Buckeye beer, a local favorite from Maumee Brewers. It always goes down smooth. This pretty much always happens to me, but this thing is just not fully cooked. I don't know if you can see it, but what we're gonna do here is we're gonna cut it horizontally into chunks, and yeah, look at that. That is not fit for human consumption. So I can't really always control it. It's hard to grill it this way, so I'm just gonna cut it into these strips, and then I'm gonna put it back on the grill and cook each side. And at that point, even if it's a little overcooked, we do not want to be way the heck out here where emergency services are gonna have a hard time reaching us and get sick by cooking undercooked chicken. Let's get it back on there. I've got the potato over here cooking kind of on an overdrive to just get that sucker done. Chicken is nice and charbroiled. Check those guys out. That looks pretty darn good. And you know what? You know we had to do it. You know we had to do it. Taste test number 1. There we are. And we're popping. Let's see what we got. It's a bit charbroiled. There's a lot of char on that. So that's the Arby's sauce. That's the other side. Let's see what we're twerking with here. Still pretty dry, but that one's a lot better. Big boy. Big boy. Yeah, you can see some char on that bad boy. See some Arby's sauce on that bad boy. I mean, honestly, it is not too shabby. It's a little crispy. She's a little crispy now. Well, I thought for sure we had the camera running, but I guess we didn't. I think that looks pretty good. I think maybe just a tiny tad undercooked, but I think it looks pretty good. Okay, getting ready to dress this puppy up here, and the sour cream is frozen because I had the fridge set way too low. I don't know what I was thinking, but that's okay. If we can just carve a little bit out like it's ice cream. Oh, goodness sakes. Let me get a little out. Start carving it out. It'll melt nice and fast on here. A little bit of butter. That was sitting out. So that is a lot better. Bada bing. A little bit of Colby Jack. Get that on there. There we go. Can't ever have too much, right? And why not? Let's go crazy. Let's go crazy. Frozen sour cream. Oh, goodness gracious. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. A little bit of this, because why not? I'm not sure exactly how the presentation is on that, but it smells good. Oh man, this is way too much food. Just like I always make. Hard to beat that. Cheers, everybody. Come on. That does not want to come off of there. Hopefully that's the right way to do it. Okay, I got it. You've got to push that to the side, and then all of a sudden it starts unrolling. Bada bing. And then this is kind of my new favorite pillow, to be perfectly honest. Okay, and this is kind of a memory foam dealie, and it will completely kind of spread out as you leave it. Okay, so got some assorted junk down there. That's that hand crank, which I will show you tomorrow. A lot of people recommended to me to turn that headrest around, so I did, and I think it's gonna work great. There's our mattress, there's our pillow, there's our sleeping bag. Bada bing. Got our mysterious bag of tricks here. So I got all the different odds and ends in here. Some assorted junk down here. Bluetti Elite 30 V2. Charging all the things up here. And then got my recovery boards, which I'll show you tomorrow. A couple of random odds and ends, a tarp, mini fridge, home sweet home. Okay, quick little tour around. Got the snow shovel and the little grill that is pretty much out. I'm about to crawl in there. That's gonna be home for the night. And then you can see I've just been walking all along different areas. Sorry, the headlamp keeps turning on and off. But yeah, you see how pressed down the snow is from me walking over it. I got my chair here. That's a table that I never did use tonight. And panels, they go on the outside of the grill. I did not use as well. Fire's out. But yeah, look how much the snow is tamped down from me walking on it. That is kind of crazy, right? See, look how big that little island of snow is. But yeah, I think we'll get out of here okay. I think we'll be fine tomorrow. But right now, I'm ready to hit the hay, baby. Whew. All right, boots are off. It's a little hard to film in here, but I'm crawling in. See if we can't get this thing closed. Bada bing. Door is closed. I'm gonna go ahead and get changed into some base layers off camera. And then I'll check back with you to sign off for the night. Woo! Okay, we got the base layer on. Wet socks are off. Oh, goodness sakes. Woo! Fun stuff. So far, I definitely like the headrest switched around. I think that's going to be a big improvement. This sleeping bag, once we get off camera here, I'm going to zip this thing all the way up. But it is a 15-degree down sleeping bag, so I'm going to be toasty warm in here, regardless of how cold the interior of the car gets. If I really, really need to, I'll reach over and run the car for a little bit with the heat on. That's about enough for me. I'm whooped. I'll catch you guys in the morning. Good night. Good morning. Whew. All right, well, it is officially raining. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's a little bit of a drizzle. I don't mind getting a little bit wet because we're just gonna get out of here this morning, but I want to make sure I show you around because it was dark when I got here and you guys didn't get to see it. However, before I get a little kind of moisture, you know, condensating and accumulating on myself, I want to make sure that the car starts. Always a good safety precaution. Bada bing. So we're gonna take this, put it here. This fire is completely out, dead, cold. Bada bing. All right, so there's our fire pit. Table does have some sawdust on it. I don't think that's too big of a deal. But yeah, we got my table that I never set up in my chair. We got the car here. Hatchback's popped. There's my little grill right there. And then there's the setup from last night. Not too terrible. Heading down our little driveway, if you want to call it that. Yeah, you got another campsite there. Another campsite there. More campsites over here. So yeah, there's just quite a bit of them, and they're pretty close to each other. But often when you come here, these things are not being utilized, especially during the week when I come out. So even though they're a bit close to each other, they're not too shabby. Just kind of walking down here. We got our nice bright lime green dumpster, which I won't even use. I'll just take my trash with me. But yeah, here's the main road that we'll be heading back to. I don't exactly remember which way I came, but these seem to be the fresher tracks, so I'm pretty sure that's the right way. Someone's been here since it snowed, but not last night. There's that dead tree that walked back in over there and grabbed. Yeah, you can see there's dead wood all over. Here's a giant piece, giant downed. So it's a dead standing, completely tipped over, but the other trees have caught it. Yeah, it's raining, all right. It is raining. All fireworks prohibited in campground. Water will run after about 30 pumps. So they do have a well here, so that's nice. Pretty sure you still have to filter that water or boil it. I'm not 100% sure about that, but be on the safe side, I would do it. What would I do if I got stuck? I did bring a couple of contingencies or things to help me out. I just got these for Christmas from the wife, and these are called recovery boards. So if your car gets stuck in a rut, one of the wheels, and you put this underneath and it gives it a little bit of traction. My vehicle does have all-wheel drive, and it has a couple of sport modes that can kind of beef things up if you're not getting the best traction. All right, and then I've got this hand winch. So this is similar to what you see on like the bumper of a all-terrain vehicle. You're probably most familiar with the electronic versions of them. They are extremely expensive, but they also have a tendency to malfunction. On top of the fact that it's not exactly in the budget, this is a simpler device. But you use tow straps on either end. So you hit this release lever here, and then you can pull out more of that length. So this will go up to 10 feet, but then I have tow straps to extend it quite a bit. You've got to move the spring, and then you can crank this, and it'll retrieve that line slowly but surely. And this gives you enough leverage to really get you out of a bind. So that's item number 2. Item number 3 here is a snow shovel. This one is collapsible, but that's as long as the handle gets. This has helped me out from quite a few jams where I was stuck in the snow, and you're just gonna come over and dig out your car as much as you possibly can, especially the areas here where it's catching on stuff. I've had it help me out of a bind quite a few times. So between all 3 of these, I felt pretty confident I'd be able to get myself out of most predicaments. It's not impossible that I would get stuck and not be able to help myself, but I did as much as possible to kind of hedge my bets against that happening. So far, so good. So I was charging all kinds of stuff with this thing last night. I still got 66%. And right this minute, I'm gonna use it to charge up the drone. So possibly my favorite thing about this setup is just the wild ease at which you can just get the heck out of there if you feel like breaking down in a hurry and just leaving. Whew. All right, well, this is some moment of truth type of stuff. Yeah. Let's see if the car can get out of here. Bada bing! We're doing it. We're doing it, boys and girls. We're moving. Okay, now let's see if I can get down the road. All right, this is definitely a slow and steady wins the race type of situation. Oh yeah. Okay. Back down the long straightaway. Woo! All right, well, we made it. That is it. I'm out. I'm ready to get up back on the highway here. That was a really fun trip. Something I've wanted to dabble with for a while, and everything worked out perfectly fine. I'm ready to do this again this winter. I want to say thank you again to Blue Eddy for sponsoring the video. Powered up my drones, powered up my mini fridge, all my camera equipment. This little Elite 30 V2 did a great job for me. Also want to send a big shout out to each and every one of you. You all make it possible for me to do this. If you liked what you saw today and you want to see more, I would greatly appreciate it if you would click that banana. That is another one of the books, boys and girls. We're gonna catch you on the next one. Bye now. Can I just get a number 1? Can I do that large?
Do you want the classic double or half pound?
Classic.
Curly, crinkle, or potato cake?
Curly.
What to drink?
Diet with light ice, please.
Okay.
And can I get some extra Arby's sauce in there?
Sure can.